But joining me in studio for that discussion is Paul Mwangi, BBI Joint Secretary. Paul, thank you so much for making time for us on Newsnight.
Thank you.
I think the one question, Paul, that many Kenyans have tonight is this. Is the content of the report open for amendment or not? What is your position?
That was explained by Honorable Raila, that the content is not open for amendment. However, there are amendments that can be made that would make the position clearer. And I'll give an example, that when the pastoralists met the language that we had used in the document, we had used the language of agriculture. And they say that every time you use the word agriculture, the interpretation is usually that it is about crop farming. And therefore, they feel that that language leaves out what they're interested in most, which is livestock. And they would want livestock captured in those terms, and that the protection for livestock be given separately from, without being bundled up with what is agriculture. And I expect the same also to come from, fisheries communities, because again, we treat fisheries within the same description of agriculture.
Are you actually telling us tonight that the only changes Kenyans may expect is what, in the grammar of the document?
That's not grammar, because it goes to interpretation. So there are things that within the spirit of what was being achieved, the communities and various interest groups come out and say that although you are capturing what we want, it's not coming out properly. And when such things are dealt with, then there will be attempts to make sure that everybody's concerns are taken care of.
So the pastoralists have already brought their recommendations before you, or before Raila Odinga and the governors as well. Will other Kenyans have an opportunity as well if they feel that they also are unhappy with the interpretation of how your body picked up their recommendations and put them into the document?
The political leaders are the ones who are doing the consensus building. All these are issues that are coming up within the process of consensus building. And where they come up, they will decide and they will know how to handle that. But the process they are engaged in now is a process of consensus building. It's not a process, another BBI process, so to speak.
And that's where this gets confusing, because one then would ask, how long can this go on for? How many rounds of consultation and clarification would be needed, I guess, to satisfy all
Again, I think consensus building means that you talk with people who you are going to have to work with as you go forward. And that's a political question. And that is why it's being done by politicians. They are the ones who know what are the interest groups that you need consensus from, so that you'll be able to go forward in the next steps. And I think they are making those decisions as to who they want to talk with and who they need to talk with. And we will see as days come what kind of consensus that they're going to build.
Okay. I was actually hoping, Paul, that you'd respond to that story by Chemutai, and it's coming up shortly. But another question that I have for you, how much direct input of the BBI report is the work of the two principals? President Uhuru Kenyatta, Honorable Raila Odinga.
They did not interfere with our work. We heard from their political parties. We had consultations with very many different political parties. And therefore, we possibly got to attend to their concerns because we listened to very many different people. But between us and them, we did not sit down and they did not interfere with telling us what they want. They left us to do our work.
Can you quantify? Would you say that 30% of their direct input is featured in the document?
I wouldn't want to speak for them. I think it is them.
No, but you are the one.
They have expressed confidence with what we have, the product that we have given. So I believe then that they feel that we have largely taken care of whatever the concerns they had, and that we have fulfilled our mandate. But the mandate they gave us is the mandate that was there in the Kenya Gazette, and they expressed themselves as to what they would want us to do. The fact that they have been upbeat about the product that was issued by BBI, I think means that we have successfully discharged our mandate.